Think you know what a European vacation looks like? Crowds, lines, and the same old sights, right? But what if the real adventure is hidden in plain sight, on empty cobblestone streets and wild, breathtaking landscapes? This is your invitation to tear up the tourist map and discover a side of Europe you never knew existed. The journey starts now. Eastern Europe is more than just famous cities. It's a wild mosaic of hidden wonders. Think soaring mountains, storybook towns, and wild national parks, places most travelers never see. This is where adventure hides in plain sight, waiting for you to discover it. Ready? Let's count down the 25 best-kept secrets of Eastern Europe. Kicking off our list is the City of Stone, Gjirokastra. This UNESCO World Heritage Site in southern Albania is an incredible vision of Ottoman-era architecture. Its most famous features are the hundreds of stone-roofed houses that seem to magically cling to the mountainside, their slate tiles shimmering in the sun. The whole city is a maze of steep cobblestone streets that twist their way up to the massive Gjirokastra fortress, which has these commanding views of the Drina Valley. This isn't just a city, it's a living museum where every corner tells a story. For a real local feel, pop into one of the traditional houses that have been opened as museums to see the amazing woodwork and design up close. Often called the Switzerland of Armenia, Dilijan National Park is a green paradise of lush forests, healing mineral springs, and calm alpine lakes. Tucked away in the Tavush province, this park is the perfect escape for anyone looking to find some peace and quiet in nature. The dense forests hide ancient monasteries like Hagartsen and Goshavank, which seem to appear out of the misty woods like magic. The best time to visit is from late spring to early fall, when the weather is perfect for hiking the marked trails. Honestly, one of the best things to do here is to just walk the old paths that connect these historic sites, letting you soak in both the spiritual and natural beauty of the area. Head to northeastern Poland, and you'll find a massive, glittering network of over 2,000 lakes, canals, and rivers called the Masurian Lake District. This UNESCO Biosphere Reserve is heaven for anyone who loves being on the water. You can spend days kayaking or sailing from lake to lake, discovering hidden coves and quiet fishing villages. The town of Mykolaiky is the main hub for sailors, but the real magic is found in the quieter channels and the dense forests that line the water. And for a bit of history, you can even find the Wolf's Lair, the ruins of Hitler's 1-2 headquarters, hidden deep in these same woods. Durmitor National Park is a place of raw, dramatic beauty that feels like it's from another time. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, its landscape was carved by glaciers and rivers, leaving behind jagged limestone peaks, 18 glacial lakes nicknamed Mountain Eyes, and the Tara River Canyon, the deepest gorge in Europe. With over 150 kilometers of hiking trails, the park is an adventurer's playground. You can take an easy walk around the famous Black Lake or tackle a tough climb up to a stunning viewpoint. Durmitor gives you a sense of scale and wildness that's getting harder and harder to find. For the serious hikers watching, the crown jewel of Durmitor National Park is Bobotov Kuk. Standing at over 2,500 meters, it's the highest peak in the range. The hike to the top is definitely a challenge, but it's so worth it. The trail leads you through an incredible panorama of Montenegro's rugged landscape, with views stretching clear across the Dinaric Alps. Making it to the summit feels like a true accomplishment, rewarding you with a 360-degree view that's nothing short of spectacular. It's a tough day hike, but the solitude and epic scenery are unforgettable. High up in Bulgaria's Rila Mountains, the 7 Rila Lakes are a chain of glacial lakes that create one of the country's most magical landscapes. Each lake has a name based on its shape, like the eye, the tear, and the kidney, and they're all connected by little streams and waterfalls. A hiking trail with a bit of a climb loops around the lakes, taking you to a viewpoint where you can see the whole stunning chain at once. The scenery is pure alpine perfection. The best time to hike is in the summer to make sure the trails are clear of snow. While most tourists in Slovenia make a beeline for Lake Bled, the country's largest lake, Bohinj, is just a short drive away in Triglav National Park. It's a much more serene and authentic experience, surrounded by the towering peaks of the Julian Alps. The crystal-clear water is perfect for swimming, kayaking, and paddleboarding, and the whole area is covered in hiking and biking trails. Unlike the more developed Bled, Bohinj has kept its wild, untouched character. A real must-do is taking the Vogel cable car for a jaw-dropping view of the lake and the mountains all around it. Tucked away at the very end of a sunken river canyon, the fortified town of Kotor is a medieval masterpiece. Surrounded by dramatic limestone cliffs and incredible Venetian walls, its location is simply breathtaking. Inside the walls, you'll find a labyrinth of marbled lanes, hidden squares, and ancient churches. But the real adventure is the climb up the 1,350 steps to the Fortress of St. John, high above the town. The view from the top, looking down on the red-roofed old town and the fjord-like Bay of Kotor, is one of the most iconic sights in the Balkans. Right in the heart of Transylvania, Sibiu is a city that just oozes charm and history, but without the crowds you'll find elsewhere. Its medieval old town is a beautifully preserved collection of colorful houses with quirky eyelid windows, huge squares, and imposing old towers. Sibiu also has a great cultural scene, a fantastic food scene, and a really relaxed, bohemian vibe. You can easily spend hours just wandering its cobblestone streets, finding hidden alleys, and soaking in the atmosphere of a town that seems to have perfected the art of living slowly. Cradled by the Carpathian Mountains, Brasov is the classic Transylvanian city, mixing Gothic, Baroque, and Renaissance architecture. The heart of the city is the Council Square, which sits in the shadow of the massive Black Church, the largest Gothic church in Eastern Europe. A cable car can zip you to the top of Mount Tampa for a panoramic view, where a Hollywood-style sign spells out the city's name. Brasov is also the perfect launchpad for exploring the rest of Transylvania, including the legendary Bran Castle, famously linked to Dracula. Don't miss a walk down Strada Sforii, one of the narrowest streets in all of Europe. Often called the Venice of Poland because of its 12 islands and more than 100 bridges, Wrocław is a city with a fun and enchanting spirit. Its market square is a kaleidoscope of colorful, ornate buildings that look like they were pulled right out of a fairy tale. But the thing that really makes Wrocław special are the hundreds of little bronze dwarf statues scattered all over the city. It started as a tribute to an anti-communist movement and has turned into a citywide scavenger hunt that adds a bit of fun to your explorations. And if you need a break from dwarf hunting, the city's Cathedral Island is a peaceful escape with its old-fashioned gas lamps and stunning Gothic architecture. Bulgaria's capital is a city of layers, where you can see Roman ruins right next to Ottoman mosques and huge Neo-Byzantine cathedrals. It's often overlooked by travelers, but Sofia has a vibrant, young energy, a growing art scene, and an amazing natural backdrop with Vitosha Mountain just a short trip away. For a real off-the-beaten-path experience, check out the Hadzi Dimitar neighborhood, where massive Soviet-era apartment blocks have been turned into an open-air art gallery by street artists. Or visit the ladies' market, Zhenski Pazar, to get a real taste of the city's Balkan soul. The Tokaj region in northeastern Hungary is a UNESCO World Heritage landscape of rolling hills, quiet villages, and legendary vineyards. This is the home of Tokaji Asu, a world-famous sweet dessert wine once called the Wine of Kings, King of Wines. The region's charm is in its centuries-old mold-covered wine cellars that you can tour, tasting the unique wines straight from the source. You can bike through the vineyards, visit small family-run wineries, and learn all about the noble rot that gives the wine its special flavor. It's a must-visit for any wine lover looking for an authentic trip back in time. Near the small town of Klavan in Ukraine is one of the most surreal and romantic spots in Europe, the Tunnel of Love. It's a 3 to 5 kilometer stretch of private railway completely surrounded by a leafy green tunnel of trees. In the spring and summer, the leaves are so thick they form a perfect fairy tale archway. It's a favorite spot for couples and photographers, with an almost magical atmosphere. While it's gotten some attention online, it's still a wonderfully strange and beautiful place that feels like a secret garden. Stretching across the border of Hungary and Slovakia is a hidden, underground world of incredible beauty. The Agtelek and Slovak Karst is a UNESCO site with over 700 caves formed over millions of years. The Borodla Domica cave system is one of the most amazing, with guided tours that take you through huge chambers filled with breathtaking stalactites and stalagmites. One of the halls is so big and has such perfect acoustics that they even hold concerts there. It's a journey into the heart of the earth that shows off the slow, powerful art of nature. In the South Moravian region of the Czech Republic, there's a landscape that looks shockingly similar to the rolling hills of Tuscany, but without any of the crowds. This farming region is a photographer's dream, with wavy fields that create patterns of green and gold. The best times to visit are in the spring when the fields are bright green, or in the fall when the colors shift to rich browns and yellows. There are no major cities or tourist traps here. The landscape itself is the main attraction. It's a place for slow drives, quiet moments, and just appreciating the beauty of the countryside. Once called the best road in the world by Top Gear, the Transfigurasan is so much more than just a highway. It's an epic drive. This military road was built in the 1970s and snakes its way through the Carpathian Mountains, climbing to over 2,000 meters. The road itself is an engineering marvel, full of hairpin turns, high bridges, and long tunnels. The scenery along the way is absolutely spectacular, with dramatic mountain peaks and the stunning glacial Lake Balea near the top. The road is only open from late spring to fall because of heavy snow, but driving it is one of Europe's ultimate road trip experiences. Tucked away in a remote valley in the Carpathians, Bailly Herculane is one of the oldest spa towns in Europe, with a history that goes all the way back to the Romans. The town is famous for its natural hot springs, which are said to have healing powers. While some of the grand Austrian-era spa buildings have fallen into a state of beautiful decay, the town is starting to make a comeback. You can soak in the same thermal waters that Roman emperors once enjoyed, often in rustic, open-air pools right along the Cerna River. It's a place that feels completely lost in time. Sitting right in the heart of South Moravia's wine country, Mikulov is a picture-perfect town that most travelers miss. It's dominated by a beautiful hilltop chateau, and its main square is a gorgeous collection of Renaissance and Baroque buildings. The town is surrounded by vineyards and the limestone hills of the Polava protected area, making it a perfect spot for wine lovers and cyclists. You can explore historic wine cellars, some are even inside limestone caves, and taste the amazing local white wines. Mikulov gives you a taste of the Czech Republic that's both classy and wonderfully uncrowded. While Latvia's capital is no secret, its mind-blowing collection of Art Nouveau architecture is still surprisingly underappreciated. Riga has more Art Nouveau buildings than anywhere else in the world, with whole streets full of fantastical buildings decorated with detailed sculptures, flowing flower designs, and dramatic masks. A walk down Alberta Jela, or Elizabeth's Jela, feels like stepping into an open-air museum. Beyond the architecture, Riga's medieval old town, buzzing central market, and lively art scene make it a deeply fascinating and cultured city to explore. Croatia's Plitvice Lakes National Park is world-famous for its 16 terraced lakes connected by incredible waterfalls. But while the main wooden paths can get ridiculously crowded, the park is huge, and there are hidden trails where you can escape everyone. By taking the less-traveled hiking paths, you can find quiet viewpoints, peaceful forests, and your own private piece of this natural wonder. Pro tip: going early in the morning or late in the afternoon also means you can enjoy the magic of the turquoise waters without all the crowds. Often just seen as a party town, the historic heart of Budva is a fortified medieval city that offers a charming alternative to nearby Dubrovnik. This 2,500-year-old town is a maze of narrow stone streets, little squares, and ancient churches, all protected by defensive walls. You can walk along the citadel walls for beautiful views of the Adriatic Sea and the terracotta rooftops. While the city around it is modern and busy, the old town feels like a step back in time. If you visit early in the morning, you can have its quiet alleys almost all to yourself. Millions of people visit Krakow's main market square, but the nearby district of Kazimierz has a completely different, and for many, a much more interesting vibe. This is the city's historic Jewish quarter, and it's transformed into a bohemian hub of quirky cafes, independent art galleries, and atmospheric bars. The streets are a cool mix of restored synagogues, gritty street art, and trendy little shops. Kazimierz just has this unique energy, a blend of deep history, creativity, and resilience. It's the perfect place to get lost for an afternoon and feel the creative pulse of modern Krakow. As the capital of one of Europe's least visited countries, Chisinau is the very definition of an off-the-beaten-path destination. The city is a fascinating mix of huge green parks, grand Soviet-era architecture, and a quickly emerging wine scene. Moldova is getting a great reputation for its wineries, and many of them are just a short drive from the capital. Chisinau itself is a city of wide boulevards and leafy squares, offering a relaxed and incredibly affordable trip. It's a place for the curious traveler, someone eager to see a corner of Europe that's still mostly untouched by tourism. And finally, our #1 hidden gem takes us back to Armenia, to the town of Dilijan itself. While the national park is the big attraction, the town is its heart and soul. Known for its traditional stone and wood houses with decorative balconies, Dilijan is a hub for artisans. You can walk down the restored Sharambayan Street, Visit workshops where craftsmen create amazing wood carvings and ceramics, and just feel the town's creative spirit. Surrounded by misty forests and mountains, Dilijan is the perfect base for exploring the region's monasteries and trails, offering a peaceful and culturally rich escape that truly captures the spirit of discovery. From hidden stone cities to wild forests, our journey proves that adventure is closer than you think. Like, subscribe, and share your favorite hidden gem in the comments below. Keep exploring.